Keepa is single-handedly, undoubtedly, the most critical and important tool that you need to run your Amazon FBA business. And in this video, I'm going to explain what it is, why it's so valuable, and how much it costs. I'm Jonathan, this is Duke Does Amazon, my Amazon selling channel. I've been selling for almost 2 years now, and it's literally changed my life. And this channel is kind of just sharing everything I've learned along the way, a little documentation, tips, and tricks. I primarily do retail arbitrage and getting more and more into online arbitrage. Regardless of how you sell on Amazon, Keepa is non-negotiable in my opinion. And because of that, I am making a series of videos breaking down Keepa and all of the intricacies and how I use it, making about 10, 20 videos to share everything that I've learned. So this is the first one, and it's really just going to be a general overview, as I mentioned, answering what, why, how much. So first things first, why is it so critical? The bottom line is this: it answers the question for you if you should buy something or not, or if it's a good buy or not. Because it's going to tell you how often something sells, if it's selling, and historically what it sells for. Without those pieces of information, in my opinion, I don't even know if it's opinion, you're kind of guessing at best. You can use other context clues here and there, but once you get good at reading Keepa charts, that's it. All the guesswork is taken out of it. It's like when you go and buy and sell anything that you want to flip. The deal is really made on the purchase. Now, yes, sometimes you might get lucky, but for a long term, waiting for luck is not a sound strategy, right? It's all of the data, there's no guesswork, and so that's why it's so critical that you use Keepa. It's going to answer the question of if you should buy something or not. Okay, so moving on, what is Keepa? Keepa is basically software that you can use both on your desktop or on your mobile device. It's a series of different charts that you can read all of the different data points on, okay? So there's typically 3 boxes, 3 different charts, and within each chart, there's many different data points. Now, like anything, Keepa is a learning curve, okay? You're not gonna be a pro at it, but as you start doing this more and more and more, like anything, right? You put in the reps and you get better and better and quicker. And soon reading Keepa charts is like second nature. There's millions of third-party Amazon sellers. It's not because they're so much better at reading charts than you, they've just stuck with it, okay? So we'll dive into the charts at a later time. I just want you to know basically on your desktop, if you go into Amazon.com, you can set it up so that you have all the information right under the listing, or if like you use Inventory Lab, you can integrate it with that, and if you type in a product for research, you can also click a button and you're into Keepa looking up all of that product's information. It's very easy to use. Similarly, on your mobile device, you can tie it to your scanning app, whether that be Scoutify 2 if you have Inventory Lab, and there's ways to copy and paste and do it if you don't as well using Amazon Seller Central. All I really want you to know is that whether you're at home doing research, looking up a product, or you're in a store or out and about doing retail arbitrage perhaps, you have access to this information on the spot. And so that leads us to lastly, what is the cost of this? Before I tell you, I want to preface it by saying that literally, and I want to reemphasize, literally, I would pay probably $1,000 a month for Keepa, okay? So there's really no price that I wouldn't pay, because that's how critical I believe it is to run a successful Amazon FBA business. If you remember what I said earlier, I think you're guessing at best if you're not using Keepa, and buying quality products, profitable products, products that are selling is the name of the game. If you're not buying products that are selling or not profitable, there's no business or money to be made. And that's why it's so valuable. And as we dive into the more intricacies, you can see exponentially how much value is in Keepa. So with that being said, it's in Europe, I think. So the euro is a certain price. I think it basically translates to $21 a month, okay? So again, I would be willing to pay like $1,000 a month and you get it for $20 a month. It's non-negotiable in my opinion. There's other things that you can start without, but Keepa is one that you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to any Amazon seller and they will tell you this is the one piece that is most important and it answers all the questions of if you should buy something or not. So that's what it is. That's why it's so valuable. That's the cost. And we're gonna dive into the intricacies of Keepa, more and more and more as we continue with this series. Here's the overview. I'll talk to you guys soon. If you're into like short form videos and tips and tricks, I'm on Instagram at Duke Does Amazon. Take care.